twin kimono. Parker technique, to be honest with you, I forgot how to do the Parker technique. I've been doing this one for so long now, and I love it. You know, I feel like I've internalized it. It's not a whole lot different. There's some timing differences, and maybe targeting differences, and some insertions, but it's still basically the same technique. It's for a two-hand lapel grab, right? Not necessarily pulling in. It's just one of those, give me your lunch money, dude. Right? It's one of those type of techniques. They're just standing there and it's a threatening motion, but they're not, wham, slamming you and getting into bad breath range. We've got that little bit of different or distance there to where you can react. And you can also step back on it. Right? We've got several other lapel techniques where they pull you towards them and you have to step, or your back is against the wall and you have to step forward. Well, in this case, we get to step backward. Now, for the two-hand lapel grab, as he grabs, what I love about this is it really introduces the concept of destruction. You hear about destructive strikes in a lot of the Filipino martial arts. Well, this is kind of what we're doing here. Right? What I'm doing is, as I step back, again, I have a tendency to step back square. Not always, but mostly, because that allows me to hit my rotation. Right? And that allows me to use that whole concept of, or that principle of three-dimensional striking, depth, height, and width. I want to hit in 3 dimensions. Right? So as I'm stepping back, I'm pinning. Boom. And if I'm going to grab somebody, I'm going to try and hurt them in the process. So I don't want to just do this. Gotcha. I want to step back, and it's basically a sword hand. So as I step back, boom, then I'm going to pop down and then anchor it in at the same time. Now, as this left hand is working, this right hand is going to move from point of origin. We're not going to graft into a thrusting point of reference. We're going to work right from hanging point of reference, point of origin. As I step back and start to lock that pin, my hand is just going to take off, and we're going to catch right underneath, or right behind his elbow in the tricep area. And there's two basic ways to work this strike. You can work it as a vertical punch, catching with these knuckles. So you're coming up this way and running across. You can also catch it with the high knuckles, coming up this way and rounding it off. Right? Find which one works the best for you. I do both, but I have a tendency to work with the high knuckles. So as I come back, it rises up at a diagonal, boom, and then rounds off to get him up on his toes. Right? I want to stretch him out, because I remember we're playing pool here. I'm setting up my next shot. So as he comes back, boom, and then I'm just going to, as I hit and bring him up, I'm going to go up the circle slightly with that rear foot, and that's going to create just the perfect amount of stretch, and I'm going to unload, catching those floating ribs again, and rip right through the face at the same time. From here, I'm going to clear the arms, inward, downward, diagonal, and as I clear, this is the cool thing about this hand, as I clear, it brings in my left hand, and I thread and track right across to catch that throat shot, and then I'll cover out. Okay? There's the book technique is the way I do the technique. Everything just fits perfect for me, so that's why I like to do it. All right, so one more time. I'm stepping back. I catch my pop, boom, hit, clear, work your way out. Okay, let's show it from a different angle. He grabs again, stepping back, I'm pinning, boom, remember, coming up with those knuckles, and it blends. I lock those bad boys out, bam, and then hit, catch, clear, sword hand, work your way out. One more time at speed, comes in, and there's the basic technique. For the dummy, all right, make sure your dummy is a good dummy. If I go back and I pop, bring him up and clear, get that hand down, catch the face. If he leans forward too far, use that, come off the body instead of coming off the face. Second thing is, if he wants to be a tough guy and hang on, then you've got to work a path. Inside the right arm, right about an inch below the elbow here on the inside elbow, that's our target. There's a pressure point and a nerve center. So as I come across on that, I'm going to work a path of action. I'm going to meet the left arm first, but the weapon portion is catching the inside of that arm. If your partner holds on, hit him. He'll let go. Right? If this isn't going to work because he's holding on too tight because he's afraid or whatever, or he just wants to be tough, right there. Boom. Just pop it on down. He will let go. Trust me on that. So come on.